Enough of this. Glad you can join us, and welcome to the P.G.M show. Naughty Dog came up with the game after Uncharted. Came up with this really awesome, fantastic story outline that just grabbed, I think, the majority of the people who were playing it for years. Ashley Johnson played Ellie, and then from there we had actors like Noah North played David in the game, Troy playing Joel. Directed and written with help from writers in the gaming world. This whole The Last of Us, now born out of this game, comes an HBO original, The Last of Us. Yes, The Last of Us, the HBO original. Although this original is based solely around these characters of Joel, Ellie, Tess, and others, Bill, David, being either the cantankerous old Bill or the evil madman David, or just Ellie and Joel meeting each other and not really liking each other as they first go on that journey to find the doctors who could help Ellie with this miraculous antidote for this fungus ant-eating virus within these humans. Well, they're not humans anymore. This beautiful story of a man, Joel, who's a father to a young girl, at first have an alright life, a blue-collar life, you could say, but their life as a loving father to a daughter. This caring brother, or just this brother of Tommy, be with its light and happiness turns out to be darkness, despair, immense sadness as he loses Sarah, his daughter. She gets killed because Joel, Ellie and Tommy, amongst everyone surrounding this city, is engulfed in this fungus disease. This horrific, absolutely dark, terrifying disease. And they come across, a soldier with a gun, and they can't pass. Joel pleads with this man, "We're not sick, we're not sick." He doesn't let them go. He gets the order to fire. He fires, shoots Joel, but kills Sarah. She lays dead in Joel's arms. The tears well up inside me, because it's just so sad. Oh, so beautifully acted by Troy and the actress who did this part in the game. Also, it had beautiful, and it was told really similarly through this Last of Us TV series that we get, and we're getting on HBO. Just absolutely gut-wrenching for Joel. just a beautiful sentiments, but also terrifying. As we skip ahead 20 years later. As to the game, yes, and as to TV show, we see Joel in the game wake up as Tess comes in, grabs a drink, and she's got a black eye. As to TV series, when we see Joel, we also see Tess is sleeping with Joel. So all these key moments that we didn't see in the game, we are seeing now being threshed out amongst the TV series. That in itself is just brilliant, because it gives these characters more gravitas, more feelings of where are they going, where have they begun, where have they ended up, and where we are heading as an audience. It makes the whole entire cast and crew of this whole entire journey being engulfed more into the backstories. It just is amazing. And watching this on Neon here in New Zealand, as we don't get HBO Max here, but we get Neon, I was in awe in their sets, how beautiful and sad, and how degradation of the sets are just so like the game. They mimicked it so well as they move through the night or through the day, through this horrible, dilapidated, this destruction, this dark, dismal area of everywhere you turn. Burning bodies who have what are going to be, in a sense, clickers. We don't even see a clicker, or we do see a clicker, as to an old woman who turns and has the fungal coming out of her mouth, scaring Sarah as she runs out into the street. Because you notice it in a dog at first. Simply breathtaking how, yes, I am jumping from that to scenes, to the aspect of the scenes, to how they look, to the locations, to the actors' reactions. It all melds and connects into this amazing, beautiful opus, you could say, or am I using that word wrong? It's just a masterpiece. Yes, from the director who created Chernobyl. Craig Mazin and Neil Druckmann came together to really thresh out, talk about, then really make their way into giving us this Pedro Pascal Joel adaptation and Bella Ramsey adaptation of these game characters that Troy Baker and Ashley Johnson gave us in the game. Pitch perfect, I would say. Pedro Pascal is one of the leading actors at the moment, be it The Mandalorian, but we're not The Mandalorian. But he made Joel his own, and making Joel his own, as well as Bella Ramsey is making Ellie her own. With the storyline that was really updated, I could say. It was again threshed out to be more of a fuller story in the character wise, And that's, again, a good thing. It shows the differences in between the game and the series. I kind of had to, in a way that it really had the essence of the characters, yes, had the essence of the whole storyline of the game, but it had to change. But in changing, it had to stay the same, if that makes any sense. With some scenes being mirrored, as to Sarah and Joel's scene, or to the changing of the scene where Ellie, Joel, and Tess get captured. In the game, they get captured by 3 of the big time, I'm just using my own words here, officers who are holding their machines that detect if they are affected or not. So it was just Joel's contact as an officer who found them, caught them, and so the realization that Ellie, at this instance, I mean the Bella Ramsey Ellie in the TV series, gets found out by Tess, Joel. They are angry, but they quickly move on from that and get away as to more officers coming to track them down. As to the game, it is more evolved, more angry and argumentative, and more combative as to that. But still, it is just effective anyway. Yes. I'm talking about this because really, in my own take on this amazing story that has been played thousands to millions of times on the PS4 and now the PS5 upgrade, to have it told in this form, a TV form, to have actors like Pedro Pascal play Joel and not be a prevalent Texan or Texas accent, and Bella played by, sorry, I'll reverse that, Ellie played by Bella Ramsey, and really be her own Ellie in some ways. She's bringing more of this character for this role and for people to see who haven't really seen it, who haven't played the game, or the ones who have played the game like I have, because it's one of my favourite games of Naughty Dog. She's bringing a fullness to her essence, or to Ellie's character. She's really good, and you see the juxtaposition of when Joel or kills somebody while escaping, her horror, her disgust, and her frightened behaviour is Sarah, as to Joel's reaction at first saying, "Don't do it," to the officer, and then when he gets to that angry, frustrated side of Joel, as we all know, that when he goes at this officer and kills him outright, Ellie is enamored by the brutality. She is enjoying it. She's not scared at all. So there is that difference. There is that, yes, that underlining love. The love that really doesn't really invoke a love say, if that's the right word I'm looking for, but it involves love in sadness, in frightening darkness, abject misery of the circumstance, the darkness, the angriness, the foreseeable future. It's a love that actually has to almost blossom in a way that really in the game, Joel losing Sarah, he gets another chance with Ellie to be a father to somebody, to be a father to Ellie. It's not a it's a gradual uphill climb for Joel to maybe find his love again for a daughter he's just adopted. It's just cargo to him at the moment. Even in the HBO series, it's just cargo. It's just Tess, excuse me. Tess is just saying this is just cargo. It's just nothing more than that at the moment. But once this story evolves, this relationship will evolve. We've all seen it, we've all played it, and we can all see it without playing it. It's just, I just think it's a masterful masterpiece. With a director who directed Chernobyl, and the director and the creator of, with others, Neil Druckmann, got together and just planned this out. It's just a beautiful piece of work. It's just breathtaking. As I finish up my talk or the review of the first episode, that really, there is really no spoilers to be thought of. Everybody knows this story, this game, as I repeat myself so many times in these reviews or just talking about it. I usually do that, so again, that's just me. This is my take. And some of it, yes, some of it just went so methodically low in coolness and cool speak wise. And I usually try and find a common ground for myself in my reviews. I don't go deep. I don't go to the analytical deepness of this whole wonderful, exciting, sad, dark, linear, if that's the right word, storyline, and the feel and the themes and the mood and the tone of it. It's so perfectly in sync with the whole essence of The Last of Us. The characters are so true to themselves, playing out Joel and Ellie in a different formulaic, not as Texan as Joel was, as Troy did it. And I will probably correct his name. I don't think it's Troy Baker. It could be. I don't know. I will correct it. Anyway, and me stuffing up the name, I should know. But as to Pedro Pascal is not Texan, he just gives a soulful, dark, and I do this again, my favourite word in this whole entire review and talk, essence of Joel from the game. And Ellie as well. I think she's given Ellie this TV side of Ellie, this thoughts and feelings and her tone way differently than Ashley Johnson did in her adaptation of Ellie in the game. It's more, it's almost a little bit more sinister in a way, a little bit more darker than Ashley Johnson's Ellie from the game. But this is the difference, you see. in the game to this beautiful rendition of Last of Us. Listen to me, I'm being poetic. I think it is poetic. I think it is poetic in a sense of getting the most out of the story that we as gamers, and not so gamers, because I'm not a big gamer, but as to really putting in a more fuller story to some of these characters that we didn't see in the game. And that's a really good point to actually do that. We get a different sense of the relationship between Joel and Tess more. We get a new Ellie as she's a little bit more vocal, but more meaner and more nasty and more. She has a really big dark side in her. But maybe that comes out as just being frightened. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to look further into the episodes. The next episode is, well, it has been here on Sunday, so I'm just viewing that, but I'm going to view that tonight, watch it tonight, whatever, and I will be doing the reviews, or just talking about it here with you on the P.G.M show. Join me every Monday, I think, but I'm gonna that's next week, so I can mull it over and share my thoughts with you. I apologise, this has been a little bit longer than usual. This will be a format for this show, and me talking about it. A voiceover podcast with no one to talk to, but that's me. Anyway, join me on the P.G.M show every Monday for The Last of Us HBO original series. Until then, take care, stay safe. Until next time.